Are you overwhelmed by the amount of emails in your inbox? Are you struggling to find the emails that you're looking for? Well, you're in luck because today our topic is how to reduce the size of your email inbox here on Get Organized with Jodi. Hi, I'm Jodi Granok, a certified professional organizer with over 15 years in the field. And I love helping people take back control of their email, in particular, their email inbox. So, we're going to talk today about how to reduce the size of your email inbox. How many emails do you have in your inbox right now? For some of you, it may be a couple of hundred. Some of you might say a few thousand. Maybe you have 60 or 70,000 emails in your inbox right now. Well, I took a look at my inbox right before starting this video, and I will tell you that in my inbox, I have 5 emails, not 5,000, not 500, but 5. Now, I will tell you that I do have thousands and thousands of emails. I love emails, but the key word in this sentence is inbox. In my inbox, I only have 5. Because they are my action items. So what you want to do to solve your email inbox problem is that starting today, you want your inbox to only have action items. An action item is something that you are still in the process of dealing with. So for example, earlier today, I placed an order on Amazon, and I'm keeping the confirmation of the order in my inbox. When I get the next email that says it's on its way, I'll get rid of the first email and hold on to the second one. And when my package arrives and it's exactly what I wanted or needed, and I don't have any issues with it, I can delete that email. So I'm keeping an email in my inbox because there is still something I'm waiting for to be resolved. Everything else gets sorted and moved into folders. That's the key. Nobody's saying that you have to get rid of all these emails. It's just that holding them in an inbox isn't an organized or efficient system to be able to find the ones you need when you need them. So how do we do this? First of all, let's talk about a few time management tips. Are you a slave to your email? I have friends who are constantly checking their email. Unless your job requires it, a better plan is to have set times where you check your email. And you can let people know, hey, I only check my email at certain times of the day. And you can be very specific if you want. You might want to check your email first thing in the morning, at lunch, and one time before the end of the workday. You can also reduce the distraction of the emails by turning off the notifications, all those flags and whistles and dings, again, unless your job requires timely responses. I know I used to have a little pop-up that would come into the bottom corner of my screen telling me that I just got an email, and it would start to show me a little bit of the heading and who it was from. And sometimes I would say, oh, let me just look at that email real quick, and then I'll go back to what I was doing. Well, did you know that when you're working on something and then you get distracted by something else, you can't really make the switch right back to what you're working on? It takes several minutes for us sometimes to get back into our train of thought. And during those several minutes, guess what? We might get another email that distracts us. Kind of like the dog in the movie Up, where he would be talking to the boy or the man and suddenly he'd go, squirrel. So we don't want to be like the dog. Another way you can help control some of your email is to make sure that you are utilizing both the unsubscribe features and the spam features. There is a difference. Unsubscribing is what you do with a reputable source of email. So think of a clothing store that might be sending you a barrage of emails every week or even every day. It is safe to unsubscribe from those types of emails if they're a reputable location, versus when you get those weird emails like for questionable medication, shall we say, that you have no interest in. They will also have something at the bottom of their email saying, if you don't want to get our emails, click here to unsubscribe. But please don't do that, because these emails didn't really come to you. It's a process called phishing, where they created algorithms to just put random letters and numbers together, hoping that your email account is a real one. And when you click to unsubscribe, all you're doing is confirming that your email address is valid. And then the real spam begins. So be careful about what you choose to unsubscribe from and what instead you should mark as spam. All right, so here's how we're going to declutter our email inbox. We want to start separating our emails into categories. So choose a place towards the top of your email list and look for an email that is important to you. Let's say it is a work email. It makes perfect sense to create a folder for work. Now, it's always good to start broad and wait and see if you need to make subcategories. You may find after a while you have too many emails in that work folder, and it's starting to be as big as your inbox was getting. So then you can look at, are there subcategories within my work folder? Maybe there are 2 or 3 colleagues that I want to separate their emails. So you can have within the work folder a separate folder for Jane, a separate folder for John, and a separate folder for Susie. Don't create these subcategories until you need to, because you don't want to have folders that just have one email in them, just like you wouldn't want to have too many file folders that had one piece of paper in them. Another option is to set up filters or rules. This is a higher level form of email sorting that you are saying, I know that my Uncle John, for example, sends me a joke of the day every day, and I want to read them, but only occasionally. So I just kind of want to save them up until I'm ready to read them. Well, you can make a rule that says any email that comes from Uncle John, you don't even have to park it in the inbox. Park it in the Uncle John folder. So, and the reason I write this here is I know in my previous career in social work, sometimes we would send emails back and forth trying to set up a meeting. And sometimes it's just easier to pick up the phone and say, hey, let's just figure this out really quick, instead of spending all day going back and forth going, well, what about this day and this time? No, I can't do it. So here's what we're going to do. Your email inbox didn't get that way overnight, nor are you going to fix it one email at a time. So don't feel overwhelmed. It doesn't matter how many hundreds or thousands of emails you have in your inbox. This is a fixable problem. All you need to do is commit to setting aside 10 or 15 minutes a day. And during those 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to be moving and deleting emails in batches, not one at a time. So for example, let's say the first email you see in your inbox today is from a retail store, and you've been on their mailing list and you're tired of getting their emails, which are coming to you every day, sometimes more than once a day. Take the time during these 10 or 15 minutes, scroll to the bottom of one of their emails, click unsubscribe. It will probably take you to another screen where you confirm that you want to opt out of getting their emails, and make sure you look for the fact that some of them have you listed on several subcategories. So in that case, you may want to say, I want to unsubscribe from all of your emails. Well, once you've unsubscribed from one of those emails, now you can go back to your inbox and you can do a search for that company. And it will pull up all the emails from that company. And you can click on select all. and then click on delete all. So if you had 500 or 600 emails sitting in your inbox from that one store, by doing this in that first couple minutes of your 10 to 15 minutes today, you just got rid of several hundred emails in 1 or 2 clicks. You see how easy that is? Okay, so after you do that store, there may be a few more stores or businesses that come up during your 10 or 15 minutes today. You might want to jot down the ones that you unsubscribe from, because sometimes it takes 1 or 2 days to get off of their mailing lists. And by having it jotted down next to you, you can say, oh no, I unsubscribed from that yesterday. I'll probably stop getting it by tomorrow. Let's say you go to another email, and this is one that you want to keep. So here's where you would be creating those folders, or maybe a subfolder. So you might say, oh, this is a work email, and it's from John, and I want to have a work folder, and I also want to have a John folder in the work folder. Again, once you've created those folders, you can now do a search for John, and you can select all and move all of John's emails into John's new folder. So you could be dealing with dozens or hundreds of emails all at one time. So this is how you are going to take care of your inbox and get it to shrink down, because you're going to be unsubscribing in batches. You're going to be creating folders and then moving batches of emails into those folders. It won't be, I have to read each email one at a time and decide what to do with it. I encourage you to visit www.organizingmagic.com for more organizing resources, including our free e-newsletter and information on our monthly Zoom webinars, which are also free. And remember that new videos drop every Friday. So be in the know and click like and subscribe before you go, so you never miss out on another video. I'll see you next time.